My name is Justin. I am a senior mechanical this year and a member of the Dean's team. I'll be going to grad school here next year, and I worked on a few design teams and internships. So I'm happy to talk about those as well if you guys have questions. So a bit about mechanical engineering. It's perhaps the broadest of all the engineering disciplines, with students working in a wide range of technical fields that include like acoustics, computer design, analysis, controls, energy conversion management, nuclear, mechanical design, mechatronics, propulsion. There's so many others. Those are just a few that came off the top of my head. And the mechanical engineering department has really strong ties with a lot of its industry partners. So that ensures that the graduates are very well prepared for the workforce or for going to grad school. The curriculum really provides a strong background in areas like thermal fluids or vibration controls, chemical design, and also we include a lot of labs, especially in this current iteration of our curriculum. And that gives you a lot of hands-on learning. And that's really valued by industry. That was feedback that we got from industry that we wanted the mechanical engineering graduates to have more professional development, more skills that they see in the workforce. So the mechanical engineering curriculum has been changed to reflect that. So that's really great for you guys. The curriculum also includes 12 technical elective credits, and those give you the flexibility to choose what you want to concentrate in a specific area, or gives you a chance to explore a bunch of different areas in your junior and senior years. So for example, my focus is in automotive controls. So I'm taking like advanced automotive classes and vehicle control classes. So this has been really great, and they reflect really well when you go look for internships. But yeah, that's a quick wrap up. I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have.
Do you want to go over how you decided to be in this major?
I was definitely one of the people that came into Virginia Tech pretty sure I wanted to do mechanical engineering. But the funny thing is that I came in wanting to do mechanical because I wanted to design parts all the time. So I took a co-op after my sophomore year for a whole year. So between my sophomore and junior year, I left to go work at a jet engine company called G Aviation for 10 months. So I went in wanting to design jet engine parts, and I was hoping that was what my assignment would be. But I worked a lot in systems and performance and control systems. My manager was a controls engineer, and I remember him talking to me. It's like, hey, I was right where you are. I wanted to design parts, but controls eventually got to me, and I was like, no, like I'll do it while I'm here. But it sounded really scary, and it didn't seem like what I wanted to do. But eventually, throughout the whole time, I really got to see that controls was like a system level. You get to see the whole system interact with each other, and that's something I really enjoyed. I wanted to design and see the whole part, all the parts working together as a whole. So that's why I'm in control systems now. But that kind of goes to show like how broad mechanical engineering is. They can go in wanting to do one thing and come out wanting to do something else, but they both fall in mechanical engineering. It's perhaps, I would describe it as like the study of how to generate power and how to transfer power. Think about like that's almost everything. We want to take something and move it or do something with it. So mechanical engineering is really, really that major for you.
Do you have to pick a focus within mechanical engineering?
So you do not have to pick a focus in mechanical engineering, unlike some of the other majors, which kind of like have you pick a concentration or a track to go in, either optionally or required. Mechanical engineering is really broad, so we don't have to do that. So like I said, you have 12 technical electives that you can take. You can take more if you want. You can take all sorts of classes as long as it fits in your schedule. Those 12 credits are really for you to decide what you want to concentrate in, or for you to explore a bunch of different things. We also have a bunch of different minors that you can choose from. So those include green engineering, nuclear, computer science. Those are all, and biomedical. Those are all common majors that mechanical engineers choose to pair with their mechanical engineering degree. It kind of rounds them out and points them to a more specific industry or a field. But for me, there's no like automotive minor, and that's okay. That's completely okay. Recruiters recognize that, and that's not what they're looking for. They're not looking for like you have a minor stamp on your resume. They're looking for that you have the experiences in classes relevant to the field that you want to work in. So I worked in automotive design teams. I think automotive classes and automotive companies recognize that, and that's where I worked for the last couple of summers.
How good is job placement with this major?
Job placement's really great. You kind of see that reflected in the design teams at Virginia Tech. I don't think I've ever come across a design team that doesn't have a mechanical engineer on it. Usually they're the vast majority of the team. So the Ware Lab, which is our competition, one of our big engineering design spaces, almost all the teams are primarily mechanical engineers. So you go in there and you see a lot of people from your major. That reflects well in job placement as well. Mechanical engineers are always highly in demand. Even now, as we're shifting towards electrified vehicles and software, there's still people, they still need people to build infrastructure, to build parts, build these components that power all these things. So mechanical engineering is perhaps one of the oldest majors, and it'll be around for a long time, not forever.
Who would you recommend this program for?
Yeah, so mechanical engineering is commonly one of the recommendations that people will give if you aren't exactly sure what you want to do within engineering, since it's super broad. I've taken classes in electrical engineering, computer science, in material science, in engineering science and mechanics, and you can take classes in, you can take technical electives from basically every other major and have it be relevant. But so yeah, it's a really broad major, and I think if you're interested in mechanical design or any of the things I listed before, mechanical definitely speaks to you. But like I said, I came in wanting to do mechanical design, and I came out wanting to do controls. So definitely the flexibility there as well. So it's pretty broad. I recommend if you like designing, if you like moving things, essentially, mechanical engineering is the one for you.
What minors pair well with this major?
Yeah, so I touched a little bit about that before. I'll say there's some in engineering that pair really well, which would be like green engineering, biomed, computer science. But like for example, my minor is in industrial design, which is in the College of Architecture, and that gives me kind of like the human aspect of engineering. So the interfacing with a human user, how to design parts so they're easy to use, intuitive to use, comfortable to use, and are usable by a broad range of people. So like one thing we really focus on is like people with disabilities. How do we make our product usable for them and allow it to be accessible? So like I said, like mechanical engineering is really broad, so that makes minors really broad as well.
What research opportunities can undergraduates become a part of?
Oh, so nice. Mechanical engineering is the biggest engineering department at Virginia Tech, and because of that, we do get a lot of research funding. So it's a really great department to do research for. Personally, I have worked in the TREC lab, which stands for the Terrestrial Robotics Engineering Controls Lab. So I've worked on a humanoid robot, a humanoid firefighting robot, as well as a lower body exoskeleton for people with lower body paralysis. And those have been really great projects, and they've really taught me a lot. But since mechanical engineering is so broad, you'll have projects in robotics, like I've done in thermal fluids. So it'll be like airfoils, jet engines. We have a really great partnership with Rolls-Royce, which is a big jet engine company over in Europe, and mechanical design, vibrations, control systems, anything you can really think of. There's a lot of great research opportunities. One really nice thing that I remember from my freshman years when I was talking with this research professor, he said like he really preferred to have like freshmen and sophomores in his lab and come in because he could like train them, bring them up to speed, give them the knowledge they need to know in the lab, since not everything you learn in the classroom, like a lot of the things you learn in the classroom will translate to lab. But since this is cutting edge research, a lot of it is like the first time anyone's ever done it. So there's a lot of new things that you'll pick up too. So coming in as a freshman or sophomore, you'll have a long time to work in that lab, really get familiar with the processes, with the research and what they're doing. And then when you're a junior and senior, you can train the next wave of underclassmen to join the lab and really share your knowledge and insight. So that's a really great way for professors to see that as like a return on investment to have you there for so long. And it allows them to really build a working relationship and allows you to have a really great experience in that lab over the course of your entire college career.
How can you find an internship as a freshman?
I would recommend that you really work on your elevator pitch, and that's usually what the like first minute of talking with recruiters. So you usually go over your name, your major, your intended major, and like why you want to be a part of the company, and highlight really experiences that you have. The companies that want to hire freshmen want to see that you have a vested interest, and you have like a proven track record of being a well-determined learner. Not all companies are looking for you to have like all the knowledge in the world or all have taken all the classes. It's really important that you show that you have the capacity to learn and you have the persistence and determination necessary to go into a company brand new right after your freshman year and really pick up everything. Because there are going to be teachers that at companies that are willing to teach you. You just got to seek them out and be comfortable reaching out and being in an uncomfortable environment. Since this is an engineering company that can treat you like a full-time engineer, so you have to be ready, and comfortable, and demonstrate that.
How does the College of Engineering prepare you for your career?
Yeah, so like I said, mechanical engineering has a lot of industry connections. So a lot of the curriculum is designed and refined off feedback from both our industry partners and from our mechanical engineering graduates. So actually, the year right after me, I'm currently a senior, but the juniors and any students below them are on a different curriculum that emphasizes more labs and more hands-on experience. So that was feedback that we got from industry, and that prepares you really well for the workplace. I know when I've done my co-ops and internships, A lot of it was hands-on, a lot of it was using software tools, and those change rapidly. The tools that were present 10 years ago may not exist anymore, and they might be replaced by newer, better, more advanced software. So being able to keep up with that software, being able to keep up with the tools and the practices used in industry, that's one thing that the mechanical engineering really excels at, because we always have constant communication with our industry partners, so we know what's happening out there. We're not isolating our own academia bubble. That's one really great way that they do that.
What type of workload is involved with mechanical engineering?
I would say engineering overall, especially Virginia Tech, is going to be challenging. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Usually, I would say that the greatest determination of your actual workload will be like your ability to study. So if you're able to study efficiently, do it effectively, and like sit down and really focus on what you're doing, the task ahead, that'll open up a lot of free time. So I remember coming back from co-op, having been there for 10 months, and like being in the workplace where the deadlines are real. If you miss a deadline, that could cost the company millions of dollars and cause other teams to be delayed and push back the entire project. So it really pays to. That's like where I really learned the skills to keep myself focusing on a task, keep myself to a deadline, estimate how long a task is going to take. All those really important skills. So after I came back, I found I was I was taking more credits, being more involved in design teams. I was working part time for the university, but I actually still had more free time than I did my sophomore year, because I was able to manage my time more effectively. So I was able to go to the gym a lot more often. I was able to hang out with my friends, be part of clubs more actively. So the work will really depend on the skills that you develop. So I would say that's the most important thing.
What is the best preparation to take outside of classes?
I wouldn't say there's anything special. Like if you have robotics society or like FRC or FTC at your school, or you have the Technology Student Association or any engineering club, I would recommend that you do that. Anything that you think you would enjoy, honestly. Like if you want to be a mechanical engineer and you enjoy mechanical engineering, and there's something at your school that is engineering related and that you'll enjoy, I would definitely do that. I would trust your instincts. There's no like special hidden club that's really out there. If you're passionate about something, do that. And that'll reflect well in your application essays. When you're passionate about an engineering project, that will show when you write that essay. For freshmen currently in Virginia Tech deciding on their major, I really recommend that you get involved in the various engineering organizations that we have here, whether that be in the Ware Lab, in undergraduate research, or I plugged the organization I'm part of called the Archimedes Society that focuses on freshman design teams. So those are all great opportunities.
Can you go over what pictures we're looking at?
Yeah, sure. So in the upper left-hand corner, you have Lane Stadium, which is our football field. Before COVID, and you see the stadium's packed. I really miss football. But we have a tradition where every time we score, we have usually a cadet do push-ups on this board. But in this photo, we have one of our newest robots actually do push-ups, and that's a demonstration of our advanced control systems and kind of a harmony with the culture of football here at Virginia Tech. So I think that's super great. And the photo right below that is the design team I'm a part of called the Hybrid Electric Vehicle Team, racing our white Camaro at an autocross event. So that is one of the really big Ware Lab design teams. We get a car donated by General Motors, who makes the Chevy Camaro, and every year we make it a hybrid vehicle. So it comes as a normal, conventional gas-powered vehicle. And for this year, we threw an electric motor on the driveline, so both the engine and the motor power the rear wheel simultaneously. We swapped in a bigger engine, and we were able to balance the increased fuel consumption from the large engine with the hybrid vehicle. But yeah, so those are some really great design opportunities. On the side, you have Formula and Baja, which are both also Ware Lab design teams that are under mechanical engineering.
Okay, thank you so much, Justin, for being a part of this.